And what's beyond the door? Outside of the room, a hallway led off to their left. Oh, this place looks kind of nice. Why was this right next to the torture room? With nowhere else to go, they started down it. In fact, why the heck did they even have a torture chair at all? It's a cruise ship. I mean, I guess they retrofitted it for it, but it's still a little odd. It turned left twice before they saw the elevator. In silence, they jogged up to it. Junpei pushed the C button. Junpei. The elevator motor ground away, and before long they found themselves once again on C deck. The door opened and they stepped off. Where are they at now? They expected to find 4 other people waiting for them. There were none. Well, technically one of them couldn't have because he was exploded everywhere. Where did they go? I have no idea. Lotus shrugged. Something in the pit of Junpei's stomach stirred. He tried to forget the feeling, and took off down the long hallway before him. Seven and Lotus followed at a run. They ran, and ran, and ran. The hallway seemed endless. Their destination had already been decided. The door behind the central staircase. Oh, because there was a sun symbol way back then. And Junpei had the sun key in his pocket. The key would open the door. It had to. Hopefully. That was why they ran for the central staircase. They had run for quite some time when they arrived at the door that ended the hallway. Junpei stopped. He laid his hand on the doorknob, his breathing heavy. Seven had laid a hand on his arm. Hold on a sec there. Huh? We don't have the key for this one yet, right? Is that a 4? This is... oh, it's a Jupiter symbol, engraved over the keyhole. Seven was right. They had no Jupiter key. Then we can't open this door. Unfortunately, no, we can't. Jeez. The sun door's gotta be just on the other side of this, you know? Frustrated, he twisted the doorknob. Did it open? The door opened. Wow, that was convenient. Hey, it opened. What? The others must have found the Jupiter key. Well, what are we waiting for? As he spoke, he shoved the door the rest of the way open. I'm glad at least he tried it. That would have been annoying if he didn't even try it and it didn't open. Or it opened. They rushed through. And stopped cold. The terrible scene before them made their blood run cold. Oh! 3 people lay dead on the floor, covered in blood. Junpei felt a cold sweat trickle down his spine. Oh, not this music again, it's scary! Oh, he couldn't breathe. His legs shook. His body felt cold, deathly cold. I was kind of curious what would happen to these people after we left them. But his blood was boiling hot. He could feel his mind begin to fade. He couldn't think. He couldn't concentrate. His mind was blank. What the heck? What the heck happened? They don't look exploded. I think something else happened to these people. Seven's voice was weak and broken. He edged towards the bodies, his movement stiff. He bent down over Clover and pressed his fingers to her wrist. Nothing. She's dead. Suddenly Lotus moved. Before he understood what was happening, her hand was in Junpei's vest pocket. What? Hey, what are you doing? He leapt back. Lotus looked up at him, terrified. The key! Give me the sun key! Why? Why do you think? We have to get out of here before the murderer comes back. Wait. June's not here. Oh, that's creepy! The murderer. Once again, Junpei looked at the dead bodies. Santa, Clover, and Ace. That meant that the person who had killed them was... It couldn't have been her, could it? No. No, it couldn't be true. Before Junpei could react, Lotus dove back into his pocket and came out with the key. Let's go! Without waiting for Seven or Junpei, she ran straight for the central staircase. I always knew that June was kind of crazy. They followed. Junpei shut his eyes and swallowed his emotions. Morning would have to wait. Soon, they stood in front of the door. Lotus shoved the sun key into the keyhole and twisted it hard. But... why? What happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. I didn't feel it unlock. Oh no. Is it the wrong key? I don't know. Maybe. Lotus sighed, defeated, and leaned against the doorknob. She felt it twist. A small gap appeared between the door and the frame. What the heck is this? You mean the door was already unlocked? Oh, that's why. Why? Uh-oh. Where's June? How would I know that? Whatever. Let's just go. Lotus took a deep breath and slowly opened the door the rest of the way. What's beyond the door? They stepped inside. In front of them was another hallway. It stretched out towards the bow of the ship. I knew getting that knife out of my inventory was a bad idea. They began to run. Faster and faster they ran, trying desperately to reach the end of the hallway. A few seconds later, they were there. In front of them stood a massive metal door. They were all breathing heavily as Junpei spoke. What the heck is this door? I can't see anything that looks like a doorknob, or a switch, or a lever, or a card reader, or anything. How are we supposed to open this? We don't have a choice. We're gonna have to go back. No, no! I'm not going back there. There's a murderer back there. There was a more stark terror in Lotus's voice than authority. She was almost begging. But I don't see any other doors. As he spoke, Seven stepped towards the door in front of them, as if to illustrate that it was the only door. Oh, whoa! Okay, that's either convenient or extremely bad for us. It opened. Nothing surprising, a simple automatic door. Look, guys, I've got a really bad feeling about all this. The music's causing most of the bad feeling, but yeah. The other doors are already unlocked, and this one's automatic. We haven't seen anything like this before. How could their situation possibly get worse? 3 people were already dead. They'd hit the bottom, Junpei told himself. There was no way to go but up. He stepped through the door, and whatever hope Junpei had managed to summon disappeared. No, 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 no. It wasn't true. It couldn't be true. It was impossible. Utterly impossible. It was a dream. It had to be a dream. A nightmare. Yes, it was a nightmare. And if he could just wake up, he was seeing things. Yes, yes, that was it. This was a hallucination. A lie. It wasn't real. It wasn't real. It wasn't real, right? June. No, 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 no. The code names meant nothing now. Canny. Canny. Canny? Oh, she's dead too. Junpei cried out and leapt through the door. He flew to her side, his heart like a stone in his chest. Canny! Canny! Hang on! Junpei swept her up and shook her by the shoulder. She moaned, and her eyes fluttered open, but only barely. Canny! Jumpy? Her face was pale, and her lips were dry and cracked. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei, but saw nothing. Junpei put his hand against the small of her back to hold her up. It felt warm and wet. He lifted his hand up. It was covered in blood. Oh man. Canny! What the heck happened to you? How did this happen? It was all he could do not to break into tears. Jumpy, I'm sorry. Her voice was thin, a minuscule thread that was the only thing keeping her with him. I stabbed everyone. I might not make it. Yeah, you're not gonna make it. No way! No way am I gonna let you die. I'm gonna save you, I promise. Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much for everything. I was really happy to see you again, Jumpy. Really happy. And then I died. Don't give me that I was crap. You're gonna see me again lots more times. You've just gotta hang on. Alright, Canny? You... What could he do? He looked up from Candy, desperate for something, anything. Then he saw it. A small submarine. A submarine? What on earth was a submarine doing in there? No, that didn't matter. Nothing mattered, except saving Canny. That was the only thing he wanted. Do you even know how to operate a submarine? Junpei turned his head back to look down at her. Hang on, alright? There's a submarine over there. I'm gonna go see if it works. No. Don't go. Please don't go. Please just stay with me, okay? I want to be close to you, Junpei. When I... Canny. Junpei, did you know? You meant a lot to me when we were kids. I liked you for a long time, Junpei. Junpei. A really long time. Junpei's vision had gone blurry. It took him a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart, like a white-hot flame. Junpei, do you remember how we hung out a lot when we were kids? We went to the pool and to the fair. Do you remember playing snowball at the school? They're all memories I'll never forget. All of those moments are treasures to me. But I also wanted to go to a lot of other places with you. A lot more. But that won't happen now. No, I mean, yes, it will happen. We'll go to all sorts of places, Canny. You hear me? I promise, we'll go wherever you want. Really? Yeah, really, I swear. That makes me happy. Really happy. She said it to herself, over and over, a weak smile cresting her tired face. Or creasing. Junpei. I feel sleepy. No, Canny. Don't fall asleep. Thank you, Junpei. Thank you so much. Her eyes were slowly closing. Junpei screamed, even as he felt his throat go hoarse. Canny! 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 What happened? Time passed. Junpei wept, curled around Candy's body. He cried and cried, until he had no more tears left. When the last tear fell, Junpei was no more. His body remained, but only as an empty shell. Somewhere, he heard a bell ringing. It was the clock at the central staircase. Oh, what time is it? Is it 6? 4... 5... 5? They have an hour. It rang 5 times, then faded. 5 o'clock. Quietly, gently, softly, he set Candy down on the floor. Slowly, Junpei stood. Only then did he realize that Seven and Lotus had not followed him. Where had they gone? Slowly he looked around the room. There was nothing. No sign that they had ever been there. It felt as though every part of Junpei's body was made of lead. Slowly, he made his way to the door he'd come through. It's closed. As he approached it, it opened, sliding apart with a sound like grinding stone. So who killed everybody? Junpei passed through the gate and into the hallway. Oh no! His heart rattled in his chest, an empty, lifeless thing. It had been so utterly broken that there was nothing left to feel. When he saw their bodies, he simply stared. It was a lake, a sea of blood, 2 bodies lay in it. There was no need to check, there was no breath left in them. His eyes lit on Lotus's wrist. Her bracelet. It was gone. He stared. It meant nothing to him. He didn't care anymore. He couldn't care anymore. Junpei's body felt numb. A part of him knew that the lump of lead in his chest had once been a heart. He couldn't quite remember what it had been for. Tears poured from his eyes in great streams. He wasn't sure why. He gave up trying to make them stop. He turned around, the door opened again, and slowly, numbly he walked through. He kept walking. Why stop? An object set in motion. Simple inertia carried him forward. Eventually, he found himself in front of the submarine. His arm reached for the hatch. Oh! What happened? I mean, did he die? And then he was floating in water. His eyes stared down into it. He couldn't see the bottom. Someone killed him. His back was hot. Dimly, he felt the blade of a knife in it. It was probably the knife that we'd gotten so long ago. Who? One dead body lay behind door number 5. His body was of the 9th man. Another lay in the shower room. The body of Snake. At the central staircase were 3 more. Ace, Santa, and Clover. Just outside the door were 2 corpses. Those of Seven and Lotus. And in this very room lay the body that had once been Canny. So who was it? And now, Junpei would join them. Who then, had killed them all? Who? Junpei let out one last breath. Faintly, he felt the bubbles creep up the side of his face. His consciousness faded quickly, dissolving away into the cold, gentle lapping of the water. Is that it? There you go! Not the happiest story, I'd say. Very interesting, though. And that's not our first ending, of course. I believe there are 6 endings in this game, if I'm not mistaken. And, they're all very interesting. From what I've heard, I've never seen any of them. Keep in mind, this entire game is completely blind to me. That's such a great story. And the music is amazing. This music is absolutely amazing. But of course, this isn't the last one, and next episode we'll continue on to the next one. I don't know if anything's going to show up after this little credits. That's the word. After this credits sequence. So I'm gonna let it run, and if anything does show up, I'll come back. So see you guys in a bit. The end, or is it? Which, of course, it's not, because there are, I believe, 6 endings. I'm not touching anything because I'm worried I might skip something. Maybe. I'll give it another couple seconds. Maybe. No, okay, I guess not. Okay, there we go. You've reached one ending. This game has multiple endings. In order to experience all the endings, you need to save now. Once you've saved, you can restart the game with information you acquired in this playthrough save. Once you begin the game again, you can skip through text you've already seen. Simply press right on the control pad to fast forward through lines. Okay. Once you reach lines you haven't seen, or new choices, it will automatically stop. The Memories of the Escape option has been added to the main menu. Memories of the Escape enables you to play the stages you have completed. It is recommended to save after this in order to unlock the Memories of the Escape. Okay. Now I'm gonna cut the video really quick and I'll be right back because I want to make sure that this capture save before I save the game, because if it doesn't, then I have to restart this and do it all over. So I will be right back. Okay, we're back again. So the audio all saved. So yes, now we can save. And of course I forgot to plug in my audio, so I can't actually hear anything. Sorry. I'm doing this on the fly here. I normally have these plugged in ahead of time. Okay. So, what are these different functions? There's Memories of the Escape. What does that allow me to do? Replay the section? That's what it seems like. Let's just look at something and see who talks to us. Okay, yeah, so we have Seven and Lotus with us, it looks like. Okay. That was dramatic. That ending, though, I haven't gotten a chance to talk about it, but that was incredibly, like, tragic, but really cool. I loved it. Let me see if I can... Let's see. Yes, end that session. I was a little curious, because I thought the title screen looked a little blank, so it kind of makes sense with more buttons. So what is begin with memories? Oh, so this is the New Game Plus that I have to play to get the other endings all to count together. No. So we will continue on that next time. We'll continue from here from the title screen. I know this was a long episode, I'm sorry. I just didn't see a good point to stop, and I was having so much fun! It was really good. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for more 999. Bye! Okay, so this is a little after editing note, but if you guys have a particular route you'd like me to go towards or you think would be a good route to go towards next, let me know, and I'll go towards that. Otherwise, I'll just pick one when I start up next time. But in the comments, if you have one you like or there was a decision that you wanted to make differently back when in one of the decisions that we had made, let me know and we can go that way. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!